You came as requested. Excellent. I believe the entrance is... here we are. A moment, if you would.
I'm not hungry.
You calling me a cheat?
Filthy lying ground stink doesn't play fair. Rolled a 10! Stupid wizard, I rolled 10!
Dropping the dice isn't the same as... what? That was the biggest one yet! Look at us standing on the fault line of sanity! Hello up there! Didn't see it come in. Welcome to the Halls Obscured. My friend and I were just passing the time of the game and enjoying these little shake-ups.
We not friends. Stupid wizard is a stupid cheat.
No matter where I go, dim-witted imps and archmagi are always in my shadow.
Hey, there's a familiar face. Weren't you the one who spilled soup in my lap at Archimir's annual gala? You brought Len? This is gonna be so much fun! I'm Tane, the Archmage. Maybe you've seen my chaotic orb bouncing around. It's really something.
What are you doing here, Tane? How did you even get in?
I got in through a hole. That one, right through there. You must have walked straight past it when you were topside. Isn't this something? I came searching for Maura and got distracted. Don't you just love a good antechamber? Even if this one has a few embellishments. I asked myself the same question when I got here. Tentacles, eyeballs, labyrinth? It could be anything. I'd still be dumbfounded if I hadn't learned it all from Maura's own words. Here, she left this behind. I don't think she expected anyone to follow.
She believes we stand atop the body of Wal.
My money's on the lower back. Anyone care to challenge that?
While riding my dragon across the White March, I came across an unimaginably large skeleton. Legend would have us believe it is the fallen form of Abaddon. The Circle has been speculating on the existence of the gods' bodies ever since. This body is a good deal fresher than Abaddon's. We'd believed them all gone. Not just dead, but destroyed by the gods' own hands. Obliterated. This one, it's still alive.
You presume such a thing can even die?
Makes you wonder what has Maura so excited.
Whatever you are thinking, no. We should bury this sanctum before it becomes our tomb.
As nice as it is to take in the scenery, is everyone else thinking what I'm thinking? Huh? I mean, the answer's staring us in the face, literally.
No one understands your manic rambling, Tane. Speak plainly or be quiet.
Len, you of all people shouldn't be so short-sighted.
Do not call me Len. I'm not one of your little imp friends, Tane. I am your colleague.
Yeah, sorry about that. I just get to thinking about how much time we save by cutting out a few syllables now and then. But here I am wasting words. Look, we have an unconventional problem, and it needs an unconventional solution. I don't think Maura came this far just to hug some tentacles. She wants to wake up Wal's body and send it after Aothas.
Medico, if Maura doesn't get us all killed, Tane surely will.
I have my doubts that a single archmage could exploit a body this amazing for self-interest alone. No, she's gotta have bigger plans. Hasn't our Maura always said that a well-placed tentacle can solve most of life's problems? If she wants to take a swing at the big green guy, who are we to stop her?
It's speculative to assume that Maura even wants to awaken Wal. Doing so would involve meddling in matters far beyond her comprehension.
Or something she understands all too well. You don't know. Give her some credit, Len.
You give her more than enough for the both of us, and far more than she deserves. What is there to be made? The gods, in their wisdom, laid to rest their Titan forms. Surely it was with good reason. Imagine the destruction they must have wreaked upon Kit's society when they had the run of the world.
The Watcher doesn't need to try very hard to imagine it. Remember Cadnua? Forecastle never had a chance.
Think WoW would make us a new one if we woke them up? They'd owe us, wouldn't they?
Delightful company, bit of a talker, carries on long conversations with reflective surfaces.
She's an avid researcher into the summoning of tentacles, an arcane domain few among the Circle have any skill with. I'm surprised she hasn't embroiled herself in madness of this magnitude sooner. If Tane's presumption is correct, Maura cannot be allowed to go through with her plan. However altruistic her motives may be, she endangers us all.
Agree to disagree. We can talk about this later. How about you spearhead our little search party? Len and I will keep an eye on this handsome antechamber, where it's safe, or in case she doubles back. Fair warning, when I was poking around, I ran across some creepy librarian types. They were happy to look the other way as long as I didn't disturb their work.
In the meantime, Tane and I will see if we might learn more about Wal's Titan form.
You weren't alone, you brought friends.
We are colleagues. There is a distinction.
Besides, Len and I, our kind don't work well in pairs. We'd probably disagree, separate the party, and get everyone killed.
More like you'd get us killed.
Why else? To make my life miserable.
You know, I was enjoying their company so much that I never once thought to ask.
Came from stinking Arkamir's house. Was told to help stupid Watcher groundmeat.
You can help us by shutting your mouth. By now, the echo of your screams will have crippled any element of surprise.
Master gave orders to Fetid spray. Come talk when ready, eh? Special orders for you too, nasty Facina.
Brilliantly done. What fluttering marvels they are, imps. Well, question answered then?
No matter how Tane whines, Wal's body, if that's what this is, mustn't be awoken. The Deadfire cannot bear another calamity of Aothas' scale.
I concur, and I know Arkamir would agree as well. A single error in judgment could cost us our lives, maybe more.
What happened to your spirit of adventure? Watcher, friend, Are we on a first-name basis yet? Call me crazy, but I think you should do whatever feels right. What's the worst that could happen? Huh. And you're saying that's the bad outcome, am I right?
I would hate to see what he considers the good outcome.
We can continue this debate later. Right now, our chief concern is locating Maura. Maura could have only gone two places. Up in the archives to the northeast, or down into the collections to the southwest.
Maura's journal suggests she went to the archives first, but that could always be a decoy. I did hear some unpleasant noises coming up from the collections. Hope she's okay.
If you'll begin a search of the wings, we'll scour this area for further information.
Nemnock hopes your boat sinks.
Plumbing the hull is obscured. This is no small task. Tread lightly, Casita. Nothing I saw in Archimir's employ suggests that we should hold the circle to its word. Not so long ago, an Adiran village was discovered to be resting on a vein of silver. Conflict erupted between the townsfolk and prospectors who wanted to buy up the land. The Circle sent Kalakoth with some block-headed spell to extract the ore from the ground up. She succeeded in opening a sinkhole that swallowed the town. None of the villagers lingered to protest once their houses were gone. And now the Circle owns half of the jewelry shops in Edir. Does this sound like the work of an honest group? You assume right. And all the while they will lie to you through their smiles. They will not miss an opportunity to use your power to further their ends, even if it kills you. Ask me anything, Casita. The worst I will give you is an honest answer. What more could you desire to ask away?
So, wizards tricked you into coming here too, eh? Imps, no. Imps watch you running around, fixing each other's ground stink problems. Wizards lie. Wizards are worse people. But Drowsy Puke fix everything, eh? Help you relax. Drowsy Puke wants Kith to dream, eh? Rest giant weary head. Smart ground stink just let Drowsy Puke know when she wants rest, eh? Praise the Mighty One! Glorious Nemnock! Drowsy Puke remembers our great plan, eh? When time comes, Nemnock's most beloved allies be ready! Nothing? Captain Groundstink needs to wash stupid armor! Smells awful! Nemnock deserves better, eh? Nemnock call on Drowsy Stink soon. Plan will work. Need patience, eh? Drowsy Puke, Mighty One. Drowsy Stink works in kitchen. You think Archimir gets to sleep without drugs? Essence of white leaf, milled Gainsleaf seeds, powdered dragon bone for sweetness, eh? Maybe you're not as dumb as you look. Takes battering ram of herbs to knock out Archmage. Good thing Drowsy Puke is smart imp. Can do both.
Tell me, how do you feel? This melange is experimental and prone to some unpredictable side effects. Better that I don't tax your mind with inane questions. You're going on quite the voyage, my friend.
What if all pets are just one pet, but we see them through a variety of lenses? Like dancing shadows cast by a campfire against a barn wall.
I should have killed the old bastard. Should have teared his arm clear off. If the laddie hadn't stopped me.
You still alive? That's enough for dumb ground stink. What you want, ground stink? Don't know your face, ground stink. You the one I'm supposed to find? They let you sail boat? Master told Fetid Spray to bring baubles to Sanctuary. Offered to stupid ground meat for coin. Here, from Master. Master's most glorious words. This one for stinking Fasina.
Quay? What does Arkemir want? I don't work for him any longer.
Ungrateful ground stink has her orders. So, what does Master want? No, Fetid Spray does not know how to read. Arkemir is most terrible tyrant since Nemnock stole his baubles. No let anyone read. Praise him, huh? Praise mighty Nemnock!
Agrasima, but I think I can take care of myself.
Stupid, ungrateful Fasina doesn't deserve to clean Master's chamber pot. Well, try not to die then. I no care.
I'm afraid so. Before I taught him a lesson, this little stinker was fond of relieving himself in my wardrobe.
Nasty Fasina smelled so nice. Books and inkwells. Made her smell like imp instead. That never wash out! Master trusts Fetid Spray to handle coin. That means his best imp, most trusted friend. Fetid Spray is loyal, eh? Not like some. Complacency will be Master's undoing, huh? We dismantle his manor from basement to roof. Terrible imp plots against Master, eh? You worst friend!
Sure. Now we may speak with something like privacy. Speak your mind. Let's sate your curiosity then. Ask. I might even tell you the truth. After visiting this place, I wonder if she truly developed the summoning magic bearing her name, or if Wal gifted her it. Ugh, he's exhausting and exasperating, but smarter than he seems. He is an archmage, after all. Still, he's probably the dumbest of us. The definition of a snake. One wonders what cold-blooded malfeasance he perpetrated upon the Huana, that they allowed him to build a castle in the heart of their greatest city.
The official story is that the Kahanga Palace was structurally unstable, poised to cascade down the mountain until someone financed the renovations.
Let's sate your curiosity then. It seems to me you're not even an apprentice, much less a practiced wizard. I suppose compared to Tane, anything less than rapturous exaltation looks like deepest loathing. I neither like nor dislike them. They serve a useful function, and their constant flatulence aside, they can be rather sweet. Very well.
Hey, you. Glad we finally get a chance to talk, one-on-one, away from the rest of the rabble.
I can hear you, Tane. I'm right here.
It's good that we're on the same page with all of this. You know, Wow and his great big body. I just knew we'd get along like slippers and robes, you and me. Between the two of us, I did a little exploring of my own before you showed up. You haven't been to the collections yet, have you? It's just down that way. You'll hate it. There's a bunch of different people trapped in there. Lots of kith in some kind of stupor. I think they've been here a long time. What gives you the impression that this place operates on reason? The prisoners, it's like this place tore out everything that made them them and left a bunch of statues behind. Except statues don't usually shamble around and cry. Take this. It's a spell that should wake the prisoners up again. Just make sure you read it somewhere they'll all hear it. Amazing, right? Okay, you got me. I took the words from my chaotic orb and moved a few runes and accents around. Instead of dealing mayhem and fun, the spell blasts people with memories. Perfectly safe. Head west out of this fine antechamber and the collections are right down the stairs. Can't miss it. Let me try and put it in terms we both understand. This place has a way of unplugging people's heads and letting the memory stuff drain out. All that stuff kind of blends together. The memory of someone's first kiss gets stuck to the memory of the price of hagfish. My spell gathers the memory stuff into kith-sized chunks and stuffs them back into people's heads. No one leaves with the same memories they came in with, but at least everyone gets an equal slice.
That sounds neither responsible nor wise, even for a circle archmage.
This plan is flawless. Nothing disastrous could result from injecting a town's worth of kith with fractured, blended souls.
Tane wants us all to be as mad as he is.
Sorry if I got a little technical there. Of course not. See, a brain needs memories like a sewer needs waste. Without the waste, it's all just tunnels. Give it a little time and these prisoners will be their old selves again, just with some extra fun. Maybe someone will wake up and realize they can play the harpsichord or speak Valian. Wouldn't that be a nice surprise, huh?
The brain is not some pattern for the mind. You cannot simply refill it with random soul essence and expect it to be the same person it once was.
That's what separates the Archmages from the rest of you. We don't let things like accuracy, possibility, or ethics slow us down. Maybe they knew too much? Rare information seems to be the currency of this place. I'd suggest that you ask one of the prisoners, but they aren't very talkative. I hope you can do some good down there. I hate to see so many people without a single good idea between them, you know? Like the Deerwood.
The Deerwood has plenty of fine ideas. Most involving fire, and things you can set on fire.
This guy... If there was a day in Wizard College when they talked about god bodies, I might have slept through it. Based on what we've seen, I'd say Maura used this place to nail down her tentacle spells. Lucky her, there's tons of inspiration here. What? The prospect of sending a mountain of eyes and tentacles to wrestle Aethys isn't enticing enough for you? Wouldn't it be boring to let a body like that molder and rot? I think we can do better. I think Aora deserves better. Even if it knocks over a castle or two, I think the fun will justify the cost.
Says a wizard who clearly ain't ever had a castle.
My father donated to all the best colleges. I earned a couple of free degrees until I found something I was actually good at.
Tain is an insult to the very concept of scholarship.
We all learn differently, my handsome friend. I got where I am by focusing on the things I do well and never challenging myself beyond that. Secret to success. I owe a lot to my father, including an apology. He always said he wanted an archmage in the family. Kinda backfired when I dropped the surname. It's just Tain now. Hi. Thank you! Wait, that was a compliment, right? I know I don't fit in with the rest of those book learners, but I've got it where it counts. Thinking is a big waste of time when you've got raw, unvarnished instinct on your side. If I worried about research, safety, or ethics, I never would have cast the first chaotic orb. You do know about my chaotic orb, right? That's my spell. It was really popular when I got it into circulation.
Yes, it's very round.
Oh, good. I was concerned for a second there. I worked really hard on that orb. First time I ever applied myself. Once wizards started using it all over the world, there was all this talk and fanfare. Have you seen this thing? Look at it go! Those were good times. These days, no one asks if I'm that Tain anymore. They don't tell you in Wizard College that achievement can seem downright underwhelming. Ninagauth keeps a bird skull in his pocket. He pets it when he thinks no one is looking. Don't tell him I told you. Kalikoth is great. She once shouted into my face so loud that we both passed out. Arkemir is Arkemir. I'd be cranky too if I lived all alone in a spooky house. Sitzel plays it coy, acts like he doesn't need friends. Can you keep a secret? We've been pen pals for years. He thinks I'm an Orlin who makes clocks. Ringrim doesn't have any friends, but I aim to change that even if it kills me. Minoletta loves a good joke, like that time she pushed me into a snake pit. Good fun. Isn't Lengrath nice? We squabble, but there's plenty to admire about her. I think we're really starting to bond. Whenever we get the circle together, Maura likes to tickle me under the table. Bet you didn't know that Consulhot has a sweet tooth. He only gets cranky when his candy dish is low on the good stuff. Sitzel plays it coy, acts like he doesn't need friends. Can you keep a secret? We've been pen pals for years. Isn't Lengrath Arkemir is... My father don't. It's just Tane.
Has asked something of you. And you accepted. How terribly large-hearted of you. What Tane asks of you appears a mercy, but it's only a selfish attempt to bolster his reputation. He's a devious child who delights in making the rest of us clean up his messes.
A quality common to archmages, it seems.
I have seen educated professionals trigger disasters that rival any mess Tane could produce out of ignorance. But point taken.
I'd say I resent the comment, but you're not wrong. Many of the poor souls held captive here have been so for decades. Anyone they knew is likely dead, their old lives gone. To return them to the world with nothing is a cruelty. The gods only know what havoc these broken people will wreak with the information Tane intends to give them. Lay their souls to rest. Return them to the wheel. All things die. Death is the keystone of the natural order. It's no more extreme than birth. Another chance at life through death is a far greater mercy than relegation to suffering through a dull shade of the lives they once knew. Is it not mercy to let an abused soul move on to a better existence, one free of the memory of the suffering they survived here?
You gotta talk around it that much. Maybe it ain't worth talking about.
An interesting moral argument, given the source.
It would have been had the librarians here not robbed them of that agency. But they did. And there are none now who will grant them mercy. But we... That's all I ask. This scroll will aid you. You need only read the incantation scribed upon it, preferably in a place where all may hear it. Their deaths will be swift and painless.
You didn't lose the scroll, did you? Because I didn't make a copy. Do you need one?
Leave it to me.